think I'm in. That's pretty stout stuff. Right there in that curve. That little recess right there. And a little fucker right there. Trying to get pressure off of this to help that. Yeah, a couple of minutes. Clean that place off. Right there. All right, let's see here. Couple of nails. A couple right there. You're right on that spot. All right, let that cool off. Let's see if this little late model dent jerker has enough butt to get early model stuff out. Well,
took the stud off.
took the stud off. What about that one?
Enough butt to do that.
It's just a little dimple right there, but I ain't gonna worry about that. I got the round part back into it. Just a little bit of a dimple right there.
It's probably too strong.
Yeah.
That little dent probably so strong it won't come out without doing something else.
Yeah. Modern tools don't always work real good on early stuff. Dirty metal. I held it on there too long. One more whack and we'll be good. Told you.
Take that back up, or you just put the plastic on?
I'll use that metal right there.
Reinforced Bondo.
Yeah. So I don't have to do it on the gas tanks right behind it. The gas tank's right behind it. I don't want to weld on it. That stuff ain't been using so long. Everything's tight. There we go. But that did do what I wanted to do, I think. So what I need to do now is put that back on there. Pull out a little bit. And get it to hold. Wait, ain't that a jab? I'm gonna shove it through. Got most of it. Pop that back out just a little bit more now. Yeah, I think I can work with that. Let's see here. Let me get this. That's perfect.
Plastic time.
Might not be perfect, but it's perfect. Now it's coffee time.
Coffee time.
We still working on Grover. I don't think it'll be get painted this week. Weather this week, at least the first 3 days, is cold and crappy, rainy. But still got to strip the inside out of it because we've got to paint it inside and out. And but we're working on it. And probably today was tube change day, so I move a little slower when tube changes happen. So I don't move too fast when they don't happen. But we'll bring you along as we do some of this stuff. Ain't gonna bore you to death with it, but I gotta get that metal reinforced plastic out, and I'm gonna fix a couple places with it. I like that stuff pretty good. It's strong, especially if you got like a door or a hood where you shut it and it shakes the metal. That reinforced stuff holds up a whole lot better than just plastic. It's pricey, but if you don't have to do it twice, it's worth the money. And I use a lot of that stuff when we're doing stuff like this. I use a lot of it. There's a can of it around here somewhere, but I ain't gonna go hunting for it right now at the moment. I think we showed it to you one time before. It's a 3M product, I think, and probably you can get it in more than 3M. We use a lot of 3M stuff, but anyway, hopefully here before long, we'll show you some more stuff that's being done to the truck. If we can get it painted this week, that would be nice, but again, I don't know. So if I could get it ready, I might could come in here Saturday and paint it. That's what I did with Job. But we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, we'll bring you back in a little bit. Okay. You can see we've been stripping that hood there. Pretty good straight hood. Of course, started cutting the rubber around the back glass. I was hoping to get all that out today, but didn't make it. Got the seat and the rest of that old mat and all out, and got everything off top of the dash there. Got a little more vacuuming to do to get some more of that dirt and junk out there. I tell you, this old cab here, it's got one place over here, but it's a good solid old cab. And of course, getting the door worked out. It's of course got the door stripped out. Scott got all that stripped out. Well, it's quitting time. He'll show you what we got done, and I'll sit here and talk. I'm lazy. Started getting the hood stripped. It's got some kind of paint on it. It's crazy. Almost looks like house paint. And let's see here. Got a lot of the places worked on the fender, and I still got a small fender to do. And we got all the doors stripped out, except for the door handle there, and the other door too. And I was taking the seat out, getting everything off the dash. Had a bunch of junk in there. This old truck's in incredibly good shape, rust-wise. Around the battery box over there, there's a couple little places. And that's all I have found on this truck. And the seat bolts, they just come right out. Thank you, Jesus. They didn't fight or nothing. You can see on the doors, there ain't no rust in them. The front end we put on it's good front end. The cab corners are solid. And that door we put on it over there, it was the door off of heavy. And got it stripped down, and thank you, Jesus, ain't no rust in it, period. And this hood, it's solid. It ain't got no rust in it. Oh, but it's got some kind of funky paint on it. Whew. It, of course, using 2 different methods to take the paint off. This works good if you don't mind eating a bunch of dust. Whew. That thing's ripping the paint off of it. Still got to fix that step. We're going to try, good Lord's help, we're going to try to have it in primer Friday. I hope so. And have the windows out of it and everything. And we got to set the front end back off one more time. Joy. Once we get it in primer, got to trim everything out, trim the insides out, and hopefully, good Lord's help, next week we can get it painted and commence to putting it all back together again. Yeah, we got some things we got to do yet. But it's coming along. Maybe it'll get done quicker than Job did, as far as painting work, anyway. Now the rest of it may take a little longer. It was basically we're going to redo the wires all the way to the back. Still got to get the headache rack in here and strip it, get it painted, but that's going to be different from the truck. I'm just trying to get the truck itself painted. Hopefully we can get the windows and all put back in it. That way it can be outside and not be in the wet or not get rained in while we work on some of this other stuff. We'll show you more as we go. We'll try to show you as we're doing it. And Jay, I think it was, commented about the wrecker bed on the last video, the creepy bed. Said he'd never seen one. And Jay, let me tell you, if you're watching, until we got that one, I had never seen one. But it's a Holmes 440. If you leave it there and you say it's a Holmes 440, it's a single boom, one cable, mechanical wrecker. But this one is a Holmes 440-H, and it's either a 1 or a 2. The 1 is a single cable, 2 is a double cable. Ours is a -H2. I guess the -H stands for Holmes. Makes sense to me, since it's a home bed. Hydraulic, could be. Well, it could be, yeah, could be. But the beds are not, in my opinion, or the boom and all, is not what you would call super stout. But they are so smooth. They work really beautiful. Now, the wheel lift, to me, is stouter than something like a Century or a Challenger, like, because we got a Century, a Challenger, and an Atlas, and the Holmes on that 440 bed. That's the beefiest looking wheel lift that's on the yard. But like I said, they're super slick, super smooth. And years ago, the first rollback that was in this county on rotation was ours, and it was on a Chevrolet. Yeah, Jack, we used to have a Chevrolet. It was a Holmes rollback, and the truck didn't have enough power to get out of its own way. And every time it rained, if you had a car on the bed, it locked the front tires up and just slide them. Of course, it was a little 350. That's why. But to my knowledge, and I've tried to find it because I wanted to buy it back, the man that bought it was on the North Carolina-Virginia border. He lived, I think, in North Carolina, but he was right there on the border. It could have been that he lived on just the other side in Virginia. But it was white with the red stripe like we used to run. And he was an independent appraiser, not an adjuster, but an appraiser. And he came here a lot back in the day. Well, he also had his dealer's license, and he built wrecks. He'd go to sales and buy wrecks and build them, him and his boys. Well, he come in here and wanted to buy that truck. And I told him it wasn't for sale. And he said, "That's all right. I could talk to your daddy." Daddy sold it to him. It was a good backup truck, but it wasn't a good truck. But anyway, the last time that I know of was a couple years ago. It was at the sale over at IAA in Burlington, Graham, whatever you want to call it. And it was still white, red, had our name on the door. And this was 20 years after the fact, 25 years after the fact. But anyway, I tried to find the fella. I can't remember his name. I was going to try to buy it back. I couldn't never find him. Could never find him. Nobody could ever remember his name. So if you're watching this, buddy, I'd like to have that truck back. Not today, though. We've got too many projects now. But anyway, Jay, Yeah, it is. It's got the one of these days, if I can remember to do it when we're videoing it. Uh, I'll open the toolbox door and Scott can zoom in and get the. You can see the information on the tag. But it is. If you go to Zips, that record place, type in Holmes 440 hydraulic, you'll see a picture of one. It does look like ours, but I can't tell for sure. But anyway, enough of my ramblings on. Like I said, good Lord's help, by the end of the week, it'll be in primer. I can get that hood stripped. I still got a place on the fender to fix, a couple places on the hood to fix, and I think maybe there might be a place on the top that I got to fix. But after that, I think we can put it in primer, and that'll get us into next week, good Lord's help, and we can get it painted. Anyway, Scott, you got anything? Nope. Scott said he didn't have anything. So anyhow, hope you'll click and like, and I ain't gonna say that other word, and maybe we'll show a better video of the truck next week. Hope the good Lord will bless your day, and I hope the good Lord will bless your way. And until then, see ya.